Good evening. This is the Board of Trustees regular meeting. The date is April 28th, 2015. The time is 7:30 p.m. Excuse me, 7:31 p.m. This is meeting number 2015-09. Clerk Quinlan, please take the roll.
President Barry?
Here.
Trustee Vorder?
Here.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Here.
Trustee Olenichek?
Here.
Trustee Desmond?
Here.
And Trustee Carberry?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 2 is Pledge of Allegiance. Would everyone rise, please, for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. For public comments tonight, we have several. We have Jackie Trudy. Jackie, you're going up with the agenda item, correct? Okay. Andy Skundrianos, you're going to talk about the elections. And are you an Oak Lawn resident, sir?
47 years,
Okay.
I think. At least I was. As I can't read. I might need bifocals, Mayor. Maybe I should see you. I can't see anymore. I know the next meeting's a swearing in, but I wanted to give congratulations and all that now, so the elected officials and the leaving official have their own time. I'd just like to say to Trustee Quinlan, even though we didn't agree on much, especially the last couple of years, you know, what are you going to do? Thank you for your service of 8 years. You have a wonderful family, and good luck in your future endeavors. Thank you for service, because I know it's not easy, especially with me and a few other people yelling at you. Congratulations to Trustee-elect Stalker on his election. Good luck to him on his term when it starts in May. Congratulations to Trustee Desmond on his re-election. Keep up the good work, Tim. You're an asset to this board and this village. And last but not least, congratulations to Trustee Streit. See, Bob, I told you I would. On his re-election, I have to give the man his due. He worked hard and won re-election despite my best efforts to send him into retirement. Shows you how good of a campaigner I was. I hope in the coming months the new board will try to work for all of us residents out in Oak Lawn, because no matter where we are politically or what grudges or board numbers or whatever, we should all work for Oak Lawn. We all live here, we all love Oak Lawn, and when it's successful, we all win. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Scott Donkel's next, talking about Avenue Wine Bar. Mr. Donkel? I know he was here right before.
He's
Okay. Okay, we'll move to the next one and recall Mr. Donkel. Is Mr. Mike Walsh in?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Walsh, you're
Can I
here.
take that with the agenda item that's on the liquor license application?
Okay.
Can I talk about that? Thank you.
And Monica Jones, and it looks like AT&T parking.
She actually took care of it, Mayor.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Very good. And is Mr. Donkel in the house?
No, Mayor. No.
Okay. Then I'll cross him off. That concludes our public comments. Item 4 tonight is conflict of interest disclosure. Does anyone have a conflict to disclose with any item on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we're going to move on to item 5. This is recognition of the Oak Lawn Community High School drama team and crew. And we have, I believe, Joe McCurdy here. Would you come to the podium, sir? Can you tell us a little bit about your amazing successes?
I'm going to first say thank you very much for having us out here. I have a couple things to say, and then I'll introduce our head drama coach, and he'll go into some more details. If you want to just set it up, it's great to be back here. This is the 4th year that Oak Lawn Community High School has won the Drama State Championship. And going on with some other remarks with our theater program, this is the 6th state championship for theater in the last 5 years.
Yay.
And And this championship brings up the school's total for theater championships to 10 state theater championships in the past 11 years for Oak Lawn Community High School. It's great to be here tonight to celebrate as a school and a community. And at this time, I would like to introduce our head theater coach, Billy Denton.
Thank you. I just want to give a few brief comments to say thank you very much to the Oak Lawn community, the high school, obviously the people involved. It's very, very exciting as the head of the theater to continually see the output from our students in this community and the things that they do. It's quite amazing, to be very, very frank with you. So we're just very excited from the high school to every year to keep doing the wonderful things that we do. It's great to come back here on a yearly basis to show the wonderful things that Oak Lawn is known for. And so I just want to say a big thank you to everyone involved. Thank you to all the students, the parents, the other adults involved in the program. Thank you so much. We're just very, very proud of them. I have nothing, more to say than that. Say thank you. So.
I'll read the cast names. That's fine. Okay. All right. So as I read the cast and then the crew, I'll read the names, and then you guys can get. Mr. McCurdy will give you a certificate from the village, and then you can shake the mayor's hand. All right. So this is the cast of the state championship production of Romeo and Juliet. Megan Baker. Josh Cash. Vaughn Smith. Jonathan Cortez. Laura Curris. Charlie Doria. Jacob Montesano. Xavier Jaquez Flores. Damian Samsonovich. Genesis Zepeda. Rosie Metzger. Anthony Rocco. And Joe Amato. And now the crew. Carl Seibel. Brandon Hollenbeck. Julian Camacho. Ulysses Peñabello. Marissa Castrogiovanni. Kaylee Clark. Abby Mendoza. Mario? Okay. Tina Masiaga. Alex Overland. Stephanie McFan. Mr. Morgan, let me know if a crew member is in here. Okay, another crew member. Well, Joe Mott already got one. Caleb Brayfield. Brian Bunce. Jenna. Caroline Fox. Ashley Glome. Caitlin Grady. Hannah Gushaluk. Nathan Lahaki. Brenna McNamara. Caitlin Muir. Nick Palak. Mark Proctor. Aaliyah Presbytian. But I pronounced it right. Shelby Roberts. Alyssa Rojas. Matt Rohde. Shamara Salinas. Dominic Schwartz, Talon Schwartz, Jacob Sidaro, and then also in the doorway there, the head of the crew, Marcus Worgan. All right, that's everyone. Thank you.
Well, that's good. That's why they're number one 6 years in a row.
So did it take all of you to carry that huge trophy up here? This is a great, great, great accomplishment. We are all so proud on behalf of all the trustees up here, the board, all the employees, and the entire village. We want to congratulate you and on this and all your future endeavors. You are just all models to us. Way to go. Good job.
Just one more quick note of just how great this championship was. Second place was taken by Revis High School, and third place was taken by Richards High School. So it was extremely competitive at the state level.
Great job.
Congratulations, everyone.
I'll see you all in Hollywood in 20 years. Academy Awards.
That's very nice. Oh, you can't leave it. Darn it. Good job. Okay. And thank you to all of them for coming out, and just thank you for their leadership at that school, too, that fosters such talent. Thank you. Okay, item 6 tonight. I'm going to call Linda Vorderer and Jackie Trudy to the podium. 6 and 7 are similar on the agenda, so if you could come up, please. Item 6 tonight is unveiling of the 2015-2016 Village of Oaklawn vehicle sticker. And item 7 is Acorns on Parade with Linda Vorderer, Chair of the Arts Commission, and Jackie Trudy, one of our commissioners as well.
Okay,
So,
hello. There's our vehicle tag, and as the chair of the newly formed Oaklawn
Can you
Arts
pull the mic
Commission-
nice and close, Linda?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will. Okay, I'm just looking. Yeah. The logo of the Oaklawn Arts Commission is featured on this year's Oaklawn vehicle tag. So you will see lots of reminders on all of your vehicles about the Arts Commission, and there's real important reasons why you need to keep us in mind, because we need you. So I'll begin about Acorns on Parade. I'm very happy to be here representing this Arts Commission. Our mission is to bring arts-related activities and programs to Oaklawn. We're hoping to get started with the Acorns on Parade project. Using the image of an acorn to represent our village, we have built a maquette, which is a model of a 4-foot-high acorn on a pedestal that will be cast in white fiberglass. That's already underway. We are looking for sponsors to purchase one of the many acorns to be painted and placed around our village for a period of time. We're still in process getting details down, so be patient. After this display, which will go throughout our village, they will become the property of the donor. Many cities have done similar parades spun from the idea of Chicago's Cows on Parade, including a series of giant chairs here in Oaklawn. The cost of sponsorship is still being determined, but it's interesting to note so that it's available to not only those bigger companies with deeper pockets. A smaller version will also be cast for a lesser amount. Might be a garden version, and also a hand cast. Vanna here has the acorn on her necklace. That is a fine silver acorn pendant for those who wish to participate on a smaller level. So important things to remember. May 30th There's a silent art auction that'll take place at 4909 Supper Club, which used to be SIP. Okay. And this will help fund the initial casting of the first large acorn. We need your participation in that to get some funds going. There is no ticket price for attending, so come and purchase a piece of art. I believe every person on the board has stepped up to do something or donate something toward the silent auction. So you will contact Jackie at Art Clay Silver, and we promise you'll be recognized for your contributions. Next thing to remember, we are advertising what is known as a call for artists. Now, you might not think you're an artist, or maybe you know somebody who's an artist, or you maybe belong to a group that could do this. So we're looking for artists, craftspersons, groups young and old, scout troops, schools, etc. If you're interested in being involved, there are some donors that might not have the ability or the means to paint the acorns, so we want to put you together with the sponsors to paint the acorns if you're willing and interested in participating in that way. Of course, sponsors can do their own acorns if they wish, but some may prefer to be connected to a willing group, and the sponsor's choice of image, of course, will be respected. As a new committee, we're hoping to enrich the lives and the atmosphere of our village through this project, and we have more plans to unveil after this, so just wait and see. In conclusion, come to the auction May 30th, 4909 Supper Club. Consider sponsoring an acorn. Look for our information on the village website soon. We're updating that right now. Look under the residents tab and committees. Contact us if you wish to paint an acorn, and we'll guide the process if you need it, if you're a little nervous about that, but it could be a fun thing. And finally, you could become a friend of the Oak Lawn Arts. Contact the village administration, ask for Carmi if you want to donate or get involved on any level. So this is an exciting time in Oak Lawn to promote the arts, and I've been an artist my whole life, and it's something that I feel real dearly about, to participate in the community in this way. So we're open to ideas too. You have ideas, get a hold of us, get a hold of one of us through the village website or through Carmi at the village.
Linda?
Yes,
oh,
questions?
go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to personally thank Mayor Berry and the trustees for allowing this Arts Commission to be formed and to continue under the auspices of the village. It's I think it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be something that people from outside our community are going to come to Oak Lawn to see what we've got going and what we have planned. I also, in the back of the room, have brochures from the Arts Commission that we've put together, and also information, a flyer on the donations for the auction. So please feel free to go to the back of the room and get something. Art Clay World is going to be accepting all the donations, and we have a form we'll give you a copy of so that you have a record of what you donated, and then a program during the auction will have the donors' names on it, so you'll be recognized. And I hope everyone is excited as we are about this.
We are a new group, a fledgling group, but with a great big mission. We were told to be big, bold, and loud.
Well,
so 4-foot acorns.
That vehicle sticker, I believe it says, "Mighty oaks from little acorns grow," and all those little acorns we have now are going to grow into something very big and exciting in Oak Lawn. So thank you. Can some of you, one of you, talk about what's going on behind you on the wall there? We took down, we had some recycling artwork up there for some time. And this is, Jackie, this is...
I believe this artwork, it was done by one of the art teachers at Oak Lawn High School.
It was not done by the teacher, it was done by the students. So
That is students.
Oak Lawn,
Right.
Oak Lawn High School students, and one of the Arts Commission's goal is to rotate this artwork throughout the year with student artwork. So as our commenters are up here speaking, please enjoy the artwork as well while you pay attention to what they say. But we're very proud of the students, very proud of you. Any questions or comments?
Any questions? Donors?
Okay.
That'll come.
Thank you, and best of luck with your new projects. Okay, we've got a few proclamations here. Excuse me. Okay. First proclamation is Municipal Clerks Week, May 3rd through the 9th, 2015. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels. And whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality, impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of office of the municipal clerk through participation in educational programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, province, county, and international professional organizations, whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk. Now I, therefore, Dr. Sandra Berry, Mayor of Oak Lawn, do recognize the week of May 3rd through May 9th, 2015 as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our municipal clerk, Jane M. Quinlan, Master Municipal Clerk, and to all the other municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Thank you.
Thank you.
And well done to our municipal clerk. Thank you. Our second proclamation tonight is called ABATE of Illinois, A-B-A-T-E. It stands for A Brotherhood Aimed Towards Education. Whereas safety is the highest priority for the highways and streets of our city and state, and whereas the great state of Illinois is proud to be a national leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, and whereas motorcycles are a common and economical means of transportation that reduce fuel consumption and road wear and contribute in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion, and whereas it is especially meaningful that the citizens of our city and state be aware of motorcycles on the roadways and recognize the importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas the members of ABATE Illinois continually promote motorcycle safety, education, and awareness in high school drivers' education programs and to the general public in our city and state, presenting motorcycle awareness programs to over 100,000 participants in Illinois over the past 5 years. And whereas all motorcyclists should join ABATE of Illinois Incorporated in actively promoting the safe operation of motorcycles, as well as promoting motorcycle safety, education, awareness, and respect to the citizens of our city and state. And whereas the motorcyclists of Illinois have contributed extensive volunteerism and money to national and community charitable causes, whereas during the month of May, all roadway users should unite in the safe use of roadways within the village of Oak Lawn and throughout the great state of Illinois. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Sandra Berry, Village President of the Village of Oak Lawn, in recognition of 29 years of ABATE Illinois Incorporated and over 638,000 registered motorcyclists statewide, and in recognition of the continued role Illinois serves as a leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, do hereby proclaim May of 2015 to be Motorcycle Awareness Month in the Village of Oak Lawn, and I urge all motorists to join in an effort to improve safety and awareness on our streets and highways. Dated today. And we have one more proclamation, this is the last one, regarding Armenian Genocide Centennial Remembrance Day. Whereas the year 2015 marks the 100th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide, which resulted in extermination of 1.5 million Armenians and the forced deportation of countless others between the years of 1915 and 1923 by the Ottoman Turks. And whereas after being forced to witness the massacre of relatives and suffering the loss of their ancestral homeland, some survivors of the Armenian Genocide and their descendants found refuge and began new lives in Illinois. And whereas many of the 20,000 Armenian Americans in Illinois are descendants of survivors of this genocide, and have made significant contributions in all areas of American life, including education, medicine, science, business, arts, government, and public service in Illinois. And whereas the state of Illinois has affirmed through the establishment of a Holocaust and Genocide Commission by creating public school genocide education curriculum mandates that raising awareness of the Armenian genocide and other such atrocities, it is crucial in the prevention of future crimes against humanity. Whereas 43 state governments of the United States of America, including Illinois, 22 countries, including France and Germany, the International Association of Genocide Scholars, the Human Rights Association of Turkey, the Parliament of the European Union, and many other international organizations have officially recognized the Armenian genocide. And whereas the Armenian community and people of good conscience around the world will be commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Armenian genocide on April 24th, 2015. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Sandra Berry, Village President of the Village of Oak Lawn, honor the memory of the 1.5 million victims of the Armenian genocide, and in the hope that by doing so we will contribute to ridding the world of the scourge of genocide once and for all. Dated this 28th day of April, 2015. Thank you. Okay.
Does Father want to say something, Sandy?
Yes. Father, would you care to come up and say something? And could you state your name and if you're an Oak Lawn resident?
Sure, I'm not an Oak Lawn resident. My name is Father Tavit Boyadjian. I'm the pastor of St. Joachim and Ann Armenian Apostolic Church in Palos Heights, Illinois, and we do have a number of Oak Lawn residents, and we have a lot of Armenians that live in the southwest suburbs, northwest Indiana, and this is particularly meaningful to all of us. So I thank you, Mayor Berry, for taking the time to read that proclamation. It means a lot. It's at the same time, my heart is a little bit heavy today, particularly, and I think all of ours are, because of the tragedy that happened in Nepal and because of the people that are suffering there. And our hearts and our prayers go out to those people. While that's happening, there's also talk about why did this happen? How can this be prevented in the future? And one of the issues that's come up is when they do building, they have to build with better concrete and with rebar. So it's not just a matter of looking at the tragedy, it's saying what can we do to prevent future tragedies? What you acknowledged today, acknowledging the Armenian genocide, helps to prevent future tragedies by holding governments accountable. And the Turkish government has been on an ongoing campaign to deny that this ever happened, but the state of Illinois, 43 other states have acknowledged it, as has the many other groups that you mentioned, and it is law that it is taught in Illinois, and it means a great deal to us. And I'm sure it's a great honor for the people of Oak Lawn to have a mayor who would stand up and make such a strong proclamation. And on behalf of the Armenians, we thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming by. Thank you very much. We're glad you're here today, sir. Okay. Moving on, we are done with proclamations. Item 9 tonight is a request to approve running with the Bulldogs, September 27th, 2015 at Richards High School. Is anyone from Richards, anyone from this event here tonight? Okay. May I have a motion, please, to...
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Quinlan.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Warderer. Any discussion? Let's take the vote, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
The next item tonight is item 10. Request to approve the Children's Museum in Oak Lawn Fall Fun Fest on September 27th, 2015. Is anyone from the Children's Museum here tonight?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Olenichek.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Please take the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. 11 tonight is approval of meeting minutes. Approval of the regular meeting minutes, number 2015-08, dated April 14th, 2015. May I have a motion on item 11, please?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Vorderer. Second. Seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion here? Let's take that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Stride?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. We're on to new business by village trustees, item 12. We're going to start in District 6. Trustee Carberry, what's new? Anything?
Yes, Madam Mayor, one item, NICOR is doing some modernization, some upgrades throughout the village. So if you're seeing the markings on the lawn and your street, NICOR is making upgrades, just to give you an FYI. There's been some questions on that. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. District 5, Trustee Quinlan.
No report.
No report. Okay. District 4.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I'd like to take the time, Carol, this is your last full meeting.
It is.
Correct? Well, I want to take your last full meeting to tell you that I've enjoyed working with you. People want to pigeonhole us into this political party or that political party, but I can say that, Carol, we've been able to communicate on issues important to you and come resolution, and I've always felt free that I can give you a call. And that's what the people expect out of us, no matter what our politics are. Okay, we've worked together, and I'm going to miss you on the board.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Same here.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And one other thing, Mayor, I'm going to be holding my 7th community meeting on May 20th at 7 p.m. I'm going to hold it at Salem Church, 9700 South Costner. And my agenda will be a neighborhood safety. We'll have Detective Tom Cronin do a presentation there. We're going to have the Public Works Director, Steve Barrett, talk about our sewer, street, and water infrastructure, issues. These are multi-million-dollar issues, and I think it's fair that the people understand how this village is moving forward after 70 years of sewers in the ground. And our new treasurer, Joe Skabinski, who's here in the audience, is going to talk about village finances. So I would like to invite all residents of the 4th District, and for that matter, all residents, to attend. And Clerk Clinton, would you make sure that that gets posted on the TV site?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mayor. That's all I have.
Excellent. Thank you. District 3, Trustee Straight.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 2 items, and the first one is regarding the cleanup, spring cleanup in the village of Oak Lawn. Since the weather has finally turned, I've seen many residents out cleaning up after a very messy winter. I've also noticed other surrounding communities that offer their residents dumpsters so that they can drop off waste without cluttering up the curb. There is usually a higher volume of debris during cleanup times, and dumpsters help with the removal of the items in a neat and timely manner. I'd like the board to consider offering a similar service here in the village of Oak Lawn. The dumpsters could be temporarily placed in various locations throughout the village at specific times, easily accessible to all residents. Today we all received an email from a Girl Scout leader telling of a cleanup project that she and her girls were planning on cleaning up Rocket Park. I believe that we could take a lesson from them, and I would encourage our residents to follow their example. I hope that other groups and organizations in our community would be willing to take on a similar project by cleaning up another park or public area in our community. We have a beautiful town. The other item that I would like to ask the staff to take a look at, we all have in front of you a request, or excuse me, it's a list of liquor license classifications. A liquor store owner in the 3rd District has put in an application to provide, it's currently a retail liquor store. It's the Cardinal Liquor Barn. It was formerly Caravetta's. So what he's asking is for a classification that would allow him to a pour license, and also allow him to have video gaming. He did submit an application and a plan to the village, and he was told that there is no such classification for what he would like to do. It is a large facility, and I think that it would be appropriate for the staff to work with this business owner on possibly providing some modifications to his existing facility, maybe providing a separate entrance to a a bar-type area. He's got his own ideas. I can remember growing up that this was a model, a retail establishment with a bar, was a fairly normal model. And I think it's a good model, actually. And I think it's a reasonable model. So I would ask that our staff work with him. It's a large facility. I would say that there's probably plenty of parking, but those are the issues that could be looked at by staff. Maybe it would be appropriate to send the issue before the Planning and Development Board for consideration. So that is my request on his behalf. He did, in making his pitch to me, says that he has paid in excess of $3 million in property and sales taxes in recent years. I suspect it's true. He has a very large, very nice facility. I mean, he does say that he's struggling on what is not really widely considered a retail strip, but yet it is Southwest Highway. It is C2. It's a commercial strip, and so I think it's a reasonable request for us to work with him and for consideration by this board. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Paul, what is involved in creating a new classification? I guess we're trying to figure out which, does the cart go before or after the horse? Does he submit his plan to planning and development, and then we try to get a liquor classification, or do we get a liquor classification and then he submits his plan? That's the...
I guess I don't have enough information. It sounds like he wants to modify his building possibly, so I think the first step would be to sit down with him and see what he wants to do. If he's trying to make it, I don't know if he plans on serving food or sandwiches, or he's just gonna have a bar and liquor, and that may fit into one of our classifications. I don't know.
I think we should just take this suggestion and let him meet with staff, and maybe it goes to P&D, and let's,
Okay.
I don't think we have to discuss it, tonight, but I think.
Trustee Straight, would that be fine with you?
Yes, it would.
Okay, so
Thank you.
will you direct the gentleman to work with staff and?
Who?
Okay, thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Any other new business, Trustee Straight?
Nothing else, Mayor.
Okay, District 2.
Madam Mayor, trustees, residents, last weekend, Saturday, I had my neighborhood safety meeting at Oaklawn High School in the cafeteria. I want to thank Oaklawn High School for making the facilities available. It was a very good meeting, well attended. Over 125 residents came out. I want to thank Chief Murray for being there on a Saturday, put together a great presentation. Steve Baird from Public Works, and then Steve Radis from our Village Inspection Department. But it really goes to show you that if a resident's willing to come out on a Saturday, and it's really difficult to have a good day to have a meeting with residents, but to come out in that big a group of people is really eye-opening, knowing that people do care about the neighborhoods that they live in. We have our Earth Day celebration, which is going to happen this week Saturday from 10 to 2 in conjunction with the Village of Oaklawn Park District and the Village of Oaklawn Green Team. We are going to have many family events, free plants, and one of the favorite things that are going to happen at Wolf Wildlife is we are going to have Jim Neschke's Cold-Blooded Creature show, which if you've ever been there, it is pretty cool, and the kids do like it, and it's a good family event, and it's free, and it'll be at Wolf Wildlife. Trustee Carberry touched on there's a lot of flags going out, talking with our Public Works Director, marking flags for different types of utilities. NICOR is doing a lot of extensive work. They're basically replacing copper with, I believe that's more of a urethane line to upgrade our infrastructure. And then I got great news that ComEd is going to be doing a complete Village of Oaklawn pole inspection. And the reason why they have to mark for the poles is because part of the pole inspection is they're actually going down 2 to 3 feet to inspect how the poles are below the ground. So that's a very good news that Commonwealth Edison is going to do it. And when I talk to them, they're going to inspect the whole Village of Oaklawn this year, and then they're going to put together a progressive pole replacement program for the Village of Oaklawn. Central and Southwest Highway was open. Everything was traveling very well, and then they have had to close it off for about the last 3 weeks. They're finishing up putting the expansion joints in for Central and Southwest Highway. Once that is done and the new lights are put in,
the complete traffic will be able to flow through. So a lot of residents at the neighborhood meeting were very complimentary of how well traffic flows, a little bit concerned while it was shut down. But after talking to the engineer, after they lay the first base of cement, they have to come back, cut out, and put expansion joints in. So we just need to be a little bit patient for another 2-3 weeks, is what we're projecting, Larry.
May 9th.
And then finally, the big news, which is good but it's bad, is the railroad tracks off of Cicero Avenue are going to be worked on for a permanent solution, and that's going to require Cicero Avenue to be shut down from Southwest Highway to about 93rd Street, Larry, or 94th Street?
Yes.
And how long are we projected to be closed down right now?
That probably this time we're talking about same period, about May 9th, May 10th.
And when does that work start?
That work will commence starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, weather permitting.
So 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, stay away from Cicero, right where Cicero intersects with Southwest Highway. The railroad tracks by the Hilton are going to be repaired. And that concludes my report.
Excellent, thank you. District 1, Trustee Desmond, what's new?
Thank you, Mayor. Once again, we are promoting the Hire Oaklawn, Shop Oaklawn program that we began last year. This is a program where the village will work with residents to help them make improvements to their properties. The village will waive permit fees for up to $100. So if your permit fee for your home improvement is $50, you pay nothing. If your permit fee is $120, you only pay $20. We also have local retailers who are participating in this program and are offering discounts. Home Depot of Oaklawn, Fazels and Sons Garden Centre, C&L Electrical Supply, and Key Carpet and Sherwin-Williams are all offering discounts and coupons. And these coupons, they can be picked up at the Village Hall, at the Oaklawn Library, and the Oaklawn Chamber of Commerce. There's some here right now. You can pick them up on the way out. Again, it runs from May 1st till the end of May. Also, I'm getting a lot of calls about Worthbrook Park, roughly 89th and Melvina. It was almost finished, almost completely finished, when the state cut off all funding. I've been explaining to people that the parks are run by the Park District. I have given them the contact numbers for the Park District. I've spoken to Joel Craig. I've spoken to Sue Murphy. They have told me that Maddie Kelly is in Springfield trying to do whatever they can to get our parks finished. I know all the kids, and my kids were looking forward to this park. There were running paths, skate park. It looked fantastic, and then the whole thing was just shut down. And finally, I'd just like to thank Trustee Quinlan. I've only worked with you for a couple of years, but I do appreciate your concern for your district, and I wish you well, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of your time.
Thank you, Tim.
And that's all I have.
Thank you so much. Very good, very good. Okay, next item tonight is Village Manager's Report. Larry, you have the floor.
I have no additional items, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. 14 tonight is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for variation from Section 4-12-2-4 of the Building Code pertaining to restoration of damaged building or structure. This is a request for rebuild letter. This is for 9301, 9317, and 9333 South Harlem. This was a 6-0 vote to approve petition 2015-8, Tyler Rainey, petitioner in District 1. And then item 15 tonight is an ordinance granting that request. May I have a motion on item 14 and 15, please?
I'll move the motion to approve.
Second.
Properly moved by Trustee Desmond, seconded by Trustee Olenichek. Any discussion here?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Trustee Vorder.
Village Manager, could you explain in detail exactly what we're doing here? These buildings were built in the early 60s and or mid 60s, and I understand they were built under Bridgeview building codes. At that time, we thought that piece, or the village thought that piece of property was Bridgeview's. And what are we changing here? Why are we doing this? What?
You have much more knowledge than I have historically about it. What I can tell you going going forward, this has been a problem property known as the Colonial Apartments. It's gone through a series of ownership that have allowed the property to deteriorate over time. And eventually there were issues with the IRS, and the property was foreclosed on for failure of paying the mortgage. And the bank sold it to an entity out of California that teamed up with a team out of New York with offices in Chicago. We have met with them over the course of the last 6 months, trustee. I believe they're going to bring a substantial investment, upgrade the property. The rents will be increased. That will reflect in the market that they believe is a very desirable area, close to 294. There are some nice condominiums, a nice residential neighborhood in Tim's district near that area. But the concern from an investment standpoint, if they're going to be making these improvements, there's this clause that it was built at a time, the history which you've just enlightened me on, that it was part of Bridgeview or considered Bridgeview, and our standards are much more strict. So in the event there was a fire, they wanted the ability for their investment, if it exceeded 50% in value, that they wouldn't lose their investment. They'd be able to reconstruct it to the non-conforming current building codes, but non-conforming as far as the parking and the setbacks, et cetera. And we sat down with them. We went to the Planning Commission. Planning Commission occurred. And I think you're going to find much better ownership and much better stewardship of the property in the years to come.
All good news. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
The only
Trustee
thing
Straight?
that, I want to point out is that I'd read through the documents, and I thought that, I knew that, staff was working to make sure that we had an investor that was going to make this property very nice and an improvement over what we've had in some years. But the contention, though, that if it was to be redeveloped, that it would create a financial hardship. And I just thought that is such a really a large piece of land. As you pointed out, it's an ideal location. I kind of envisioned, while I have no objection to what you're planning on doing, I just thought that that could really be, it's only 2 floors right now. It's kind of a low level type of a development. That could be a really nice, 4-story development at that location, which would really yield a high return for the investors. So.
My only comment on that, trustee and board, would be that you were involved in the planning effort with the Southwest Mayors Conference, the Harlem Corridor. And there's a grand plan, and you need investment. And this will be upgrading. Everyone we talk to about the plan at 95th and Harlem says, well, what about the Colonial Apartments? So we think to get it occupied, to get it invested and improved, over time, I would agree with you. It may be higher and better use, subject to other improvements and investment in the area, which I'm confident are going to happen. I believe the plan can be realized in the next probably 5 to 10 years, realistically.
Thank you.
Thanks. Any other discussion? Okay, let's take the vote on it, please. This is 14 and 15.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. 16 tonight is a request for the Board of Trustees approval and direction to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to promote 1 police lieutenant, 1 police sergeant, and 1 police patrol officer from the current eligibility list. This is due to the impending retirement of Lieutenant Robert Brewer. May I have a motion on item 16, please?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by Trustee Vorderer.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Olenichek. Any discussion? Let's take that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Olenichek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We're on 17 this evening. Request to approve a rug and art tent sale. in the Kmart parking lot at 4101 West 95th Street from June 26th through August 23rd, 2015. May I have a motion on item 17?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Vorderer,
Second.
seconded by trustee Quinlan. Any discussion? Let's take that vote, please.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And 18 is our village clerk's report. Jane, you have the floor.
As you can tell, I've kind of got a bad cold tonight. I'll get through it. A disbursement resolution number 2015-08D. Approval of that disbursement dated April 28th, 2015, in the amount of $3,566,452.71.
Thank you, Jane. May I have a motion on item 18A, please?
Motion approved.
Properly moved by trustee Quinlan,
I'll second.
seconded by trustee Vorder. Any discussion? Let's take the vote.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Couple more things. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay, just want to remind everybody that next Sunday is the Oaklawn MS Walk. It begins at 9 a.m. at Richards High School in the South Lot, and I hope to see everybody there. My daughter-in-law, Megan Quinlan, has MS. We do run the walk, so please come out and support us. And last, I'd just like to acknowledge our Oaklawn Garden Club. I said it's a wonderful organization, and they do so much to beautify the community. The club meets on the fourth Thursday of the month at 9:30 a.m. at Oakview. And on May 16th, they'll have their plant sale. So if you're going to buy some plants, maybe wait around for that. That'll be at Centennial Park Gazebo. And on May 19th, they will plant flowers around the Oaklawn Library. And from May to July, they have their beautiful yard contest. And also their garden walk will be held on the last Sunday in June. So new members are always welcome. For more info, go to www.oaklawngardenclub.org. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, Jane. You got through it.
Got through it.
Okay. So, let's see, 19, Village President's Report. Item 19A is a request to approve a Class F like Frank, V like Victor, FV liquor license. This is restaurant, beer and wine only, with or without a bar for Anna's Cafe, LLC, doing business as Anna's Gaming and Euros at 10806 South Cicero Avenue in District 6. They have a motion on 19A.
May I address the issue after the motion?
We need a motion before we can discuss it. No motion. May I have a motion on item 19A? Okay, the item fails for lack of a motion. Okay, and 19B is ordinance increasing the number of liquor licenses. Without 19A, we can't do 19B. Do I need to motion to do anything?
I would just go through it, yeah.
Okay, may I have a motion, please, on item 19B? May I have a motion on item 19B? Hearing none, the item dies for lack of a motion.
Madam Mayor?
Trustee Carberry?
That's fine. The gentleman was going to say something in comments earlier. I don't know if it's okay, attorneys, to give the gentleman an opportunity to address if he likes.
I have no objection. You could take a few minutes. Certainly, we don't want to deny you.
All right, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mike Walsh. I'm the attorney for Sandy DeGangi, who is the current owner of the premises at 10806 Cicero Avenue and currently operating the business that's located there. And this is a liquor license application, obviously, and I understand the sentiment is not a liquor license application in a small restaurant with 5 gaming machines. And many years ago, when I sat where Trustee Vorderer is sitting right now, I probably would have agreed that it's a bad idea. I wouldn't have voted for it. However, in the past, this board has met, motions were made, and vote was taken, and it was approved. And it opened, and it's operating. And Sandy is here tonight, and she's very, very sick. and she's no longer able to operate her business at that location. She went out and found herself a buyer for her business that she's invested in. Many of you know Sandy. She is one of the kinds of people in Oak Lawn that you most want. I keep hearing people asking for someone to get involved. Get involved with the Arts Commission, get involved with this, get involved with that. People don't come forward, they don't get involved. Sandy gets involved. She runs programs for hungry people on Christmas and Thanksgiving. She sponsored a program to put deadbolt locks in senior citizens' homes to protect them. She does whatever she can do to give back to the community. She put in the gaming machines and obtained the liquor license a few years ago. Since that time, there have been 0 police calls, no problems, no citizen complaints. You have an active tax-paying business filling a storefront on a busy business corridor, and she'd love to continue doing her business. And if no one would be here today if she wasn't sick, because she would continue to operate at that location as she has successfully for the past few years. However, she just can't do it anymore. She found a young man who's willing to invest in that business. He's here today. He wants to operate the almost identical, time to change the name, still going to serve gyros and food, have the gaming machines the same way they are. No changes. So by not calling this to a vote, I fail to see who or what is being protected. Since there's no problems there now and it's going to operate the same way, no one is hurt by the board not granting this license. No one is being protected. However, someone is being hurt. The good, solid citizen of Oak Lawn running a successful business with no problems, Sandy, is going to be hurt by this. She won't be able to sell her business. She won't be able to get back her investment that she's worked so hard to protect, and the deal will not close. Mr. Donato, the buyer, he'll probably just go down the street. He'll go to Alsip or Chicago Ridge or someplace else, and he'll find another location, and he'll open his business there. And he'll take that tax revenue, and he'll take those customers, and he'll go someplace else, and Sandy will probably go out of business. So instead of having a smooth transition in a nice business that's been doing well and having no problems, you're going to have an empty storefront. And hopefully the landlord will be able to find another tenant. They're not looking right now because I spoke to his attorney today. They have approved a lease assignment to Mr. Donato, and they are happy with him and his proposed use, and have no problem with helping us get this transaction closed. But obviously, if the licenses are not forthcoming, the deal will not close. And as I mentioned before, the only person that's going to be hurt by that is Sandy DeGangi, and really no one else. So I really would implore the board, if somebody could make a motion to approve this, I don't see what would hurt, and somebody would be helped. Yes.
Thank you.
Can I make a comment on that?
Certainly.
I'll just tell you from my point of view, and I had voted for her to have the gaming. A couple things. One, by just the name itself, it's the previous owner, it was about the food. And then it was like, boy, I'm kind of struggling, I need some assistance, and the video games will really help. And, that's why I had given my approval for that. But this time around, when you look at the name of, Anna's Gaming and Euros. So that, in my opinion, is telling me that it's all about the gaming, and then it's a sidetrack, and then have a Euros. And I'll tell you, quite frankly, I can't stand the name that it has even gaming in it. That's not Oak Lawn. That's not what we're about. And that's what I have an issue. We're willing to help businesses succeed who are, restaurants, that are serving the alcohol, or their bars, and that they need that boost of revenue. But to open a place solely just for the gaming, and then to have this, a sign, gaming, and Euros. I'm just giving you my
I understand completely.
The trustee has the floor, sir, please.
I understand.
That's why I'm not in favor of it.
Well, I don't represent him.
No, the trustee has the floor, sir.
I understand, but what you're asking us to do is to approve this, and I'm just telling you where my objections are, and for the new owner. You know, it's got to be about the food and, you know, not kind of a sidetrack thing. And like I said, and the name, I just absolutely, that's not Oak Lawn. That's not what our community's about, you know.
Okay, and we'll let you respond, Trustee Warder, and then we're going to just move on.
Okay, yeah, I remember that there was a lengthy discussion about this when I was on the village board with the exact same concerns. And I proposed a liquor license classification that requires the majority of the revenue from the sale of food. I assume it's still on the books. I don't know which class that is, but I think Louis Chop House was the first one that was awarded that license. And they have no objection. He's going to run the same operation, and I don't represent him, but he said he'll change the name and take the word gaming out of it. That's not a real critical issue.
Trustee Warder?
So, yeah.
Yeah, well, first off, Mike, thanks a lot for appearing here. You were kind of a role model that spurred me on to want to become a trustee, and I appreciate you for doing that for me. I think I appreciate you doing that for me. But initially, when we started dealing with these gaming issues, I drew the line at fast food, and I did not vote for this business to get the license. And I want to stay consistent with it. I think it was a mistake to vote it, okay? So I would be opposed to fast food restaurants. I mean, it's going to be to the point where laundromats are going to be looking to put liquor in there and machines. Where are we going to draw the line? On my last report for February, over $8 million were wagered in 31 establishments in the village of Oak Lawn, 171 machines. It's an illegal adult activity, and I support it in an adult establishment. But I don't think fast food, I don't want to bring my granddaughter into hot dog or gyro stands where people are gambling. So I'm going to stay consistent with my position on fast food.
Thank you. Trustee Warder, I appreciate your comments. Since you looked at the last one, I have a new report on video gaming in Oak Lawn, and the amount wagered in March of 2015 was $9,517,926.25. This is not for the state, the county. This is just in our village alone, the amount wagered in only 30 establishments. So it's a lot of money, and there's a lot of interest in it. And
Madam Mayor,
yes, sir.
just one comment on it. I didn't get a chance to speak with you, Mike, but I have talked to the owner as well, the landlord, as you have. And a great deal of respect for what he's doing. He's making a big investment in that property. And I have talked with him, and I just don't think this is a right fit. I don't want to get into details on my decision on this thing now, but I'd be happy to talk to you about it. And I haven't even closed the door. I voted against gaming at this location when it last came up as well, along with Trustee Vorderer. And I've talked to several of the trustees about it, and your story's a compelling one, right? Everyone's compassionate about certain situations. I just didn't think this was the right fit for Oak Lawn. And I didn't even close the door on letting a possible owner going in there with gaming. I just didn't think this was the right fit for Oak Lawn, and I shared that with the landlord. I don't want to get into a debate with you right now, but I'd be happy to talk with you at any time on my decision. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming by. Okay, we have item 19C. This is the Board of Trustees meeting cancellations for June 23rd, July 28th, and August 25th. So the board traditionally meets twice a month. This would be canceling the second meeting in June, July, and August. May I have a motion, please, on 19C?
Motion to approve.
Okay, properly moved by Trustee Vorder.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any
I
discussion?
said Carol's not going to be here.
See, we'll make any of them.
Look at that
I'll
smile.
be watching.
Oh, good.
I'll be watching.
Any discussion here? Let's take the vote.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Stride?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Abstain.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Motion passes 501.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Under General Village Matters, I just want everyone to know our senior center is having a rules course for the review. Boy, I can't talk tonight. A review course for the rules of the road. This is for any Oaklawn senior. It is Wednesday, May 6th, 2015. The time is 10 a.m. to 12 noon. This is at the Oaklawn Senior Center, 5220 West 105th Street. Everyone must register. You can't just show up the day of the course. You have to register. The phone number to call to register is 708-499-0240. And if you have questions, just call them. They'd be happy to explain it. And again, any Oaklawn resident may take it, especially our seniors, and please register beforehand. I want to congratulate School District 123 and especially Sward and Colmar on the addition of the Ben Carson reading rooms. Clerk Quinlan and Trustee Vorder and myself attended the kickoff at Sward. It is a fantastic facility. Dr. Ben Carson has opened hundreds of these reading rooms around the country, and Oaklawn is just thrilled to have two. This is the third in District 123. The first one was in hometown last year. Dr. Carson went from, as a child, the worst performer in class. He had a lot of problems with discipline. His mother made him turn off the TV and read, and he became a neurosurgeon. And many people feel he is our next president. Who knows about that? Mrs. Carson was in attendance and would not. Trustee Warder was trying to get some information, and she would not even budge, not even a hint. But it's an inspirational story. The Ben Carson story is on YouTube if anyone wants to see it. Fantastic. Congratulations, 123. We were at Advocate, Clerk Quinlan and I, today, Advocate Children's Hospital. There was a young man there we got to meet named Zach Dacey. And Zach is a young man, I don't know his age, maybe 9 or 10, and he survived cancer. His family was so moved to give back and help other children in his predicament. The family purchased and donated through Operation or Project Pinball a Stern pinball machine, Ironman. So the kids who are going through their chemotherapy or their other difficult treatments at the hospital are going to enjoy that pinball machine. I got to play it a little bit today. It was awesome. I lost, by the way. The one of the Stern pinball employees beat me mercilessly. It was fun though, very fun.
The owner, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the owner. Very, very nice people. And you might notice the board is very unified today. Not just we're all getting along and wishing Carol well, and I do as well. Again, we don't always see eye to eye, but it's a pleasure to recognize you for your service of 8 years, and I wish you the very best. We're having a big love fest here as Carol moves on, but we're also, you see a lot of purple and green tonight. And this is in honor of a young lady named Emily Beasley. And we're lighting up Oak Lawn for Emily. Her favorite colors are purple and green. She is a cancer, unfortunately, a cancer victim. She was just put in hospice recently, but she is not giving up, and we are showing support for her. I've asked the board, anyone who had any purple and green, to wear it tonight in support of her. And if people could stick around for a photo, we're going to send it on to a card. If anyone in attendance would like to sign that card, it's going around. Please do. We wish you the best, Emily. You're an inspiration to us. Stay strong. And with that, I think that's all I had to talk about. I need a motion to adjourn, item 20. I'm waiting to hear it from this side of the room.
Second.
Oh, I thought you were going to first it. Okay. A motion properly made by Trustee Oliniechek, seconded by Trustee Quinlan. Any discussion? Let's take the vote, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, everyone.